Yes. Welcome back to another Friday Eve edition of the Purple Rain podcast, episode 418. So, the Kyle Fuller episode for one game, not even a full game, unfortunately, with him. A Deontay Johnson episode, Keith Kirkwood, Jeremy Maclin, Brashad Perryman, Steven Sims, Laquan Treadmel, and Dante Stallworth. Certainly some names on that list of Ravens to wear number 18, but I'll let you take that in yourself. But welcome back. Thank you for spending your Thursday evening here with us on the Purple Rain Podcast. You can follow us on Instagram at the Purple Rain Podcast. This guy right here on Instagram or on X at Sutton Def. Me, Instagram simply as10.prod, X simply as10. And if you have not subscribed already, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, comment in the chat, sound off, let us know how you're feeling about honestly anything. Doing some rankings today, so I know it will get controversial, but that's what we're here for. But, son, it is Thursday. It is almost the weekend. How are we feeling? How are we doing?
I'm feeling good, man. I cannot complain, as I normally come in here and say. But the main reason for that is because, World Cup is heating up. And I know we're going to talk about that, at the end of the episode like we normally do. And, you're going to give us your parlays and things like that, too. But listen, man, the other day you said something and it kind of like woke me up when you said it. I didn't tell you in like real time, but
okay.
You had mentioned that over the weekend, like some of your predictions didn't go quite as planned, but you just knew for a fact that the entire world was going to bet on Mbappe to score, for Messi to score, and then also for Haaland to score. And they all scored twice. And I was just like, bro, I know so many people made money.
Turn into $600 if you did that.
Bro,
600.
I woke up, saw somebody's story, and somebody had bet on like a Hard Rock bet. They bet like 25 on each person to score 2+ goals. They won like $1,700. I was like, man, they cleaned up, man. The sports books. Wow, man. So I'm feeling good, but not quite as good as everybody who's been making a whole bunch of money off the World Cup so far. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's been crazy. But yeah, man. So again, episode 418. Welcome into this episode of the Purple Rain Podcast. Again, I'm your host, Sutton Def. This is my co-host, Simply AS10. And we got some news to get into before we get into these QB tiers. A couple quick hitters. I haven't talked to my guy Alex in a couple of days, so I wanted to start with something really quick here. A lot of people are talking about this whole Zay Flowers contract situation, the saga. It was reported by ESPN. A source from ESPN said that the Ravens are targeting an extension with superstar Zay Flowers before week one, a contract that will likely top $35 million per season. And, he had 1,200 yards last season, 5 touchdowns. He definitely established himself as a reliable target for Lamar Jackson. I think we can all agree with that. Alex, do you think that this would be the right move, though, to pay Zay Flowers just as much as the likes of, Justin Jefferson and, guys around there? Because that's who's right around there.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting, but I have to stand on what I said a couple of weeks ago. I said, 33 to 35 mil is a sweet spot that I would pay. I think anything over 37, I'd step back. I know it's only $2 million, but you got to think about our cap situation. I know we talked about it before the show. That Lamar contract is, it's 70 mil next year, and it's fully guaranteed all of it. That's going to be just straight cap off of our team cap hit. And then I'm looking like, all right, well, the defense, we have a lot of money invested in Marlon Humphrey, Roquan Smith, Nnamdi Madubuike. Obviously, I get the whole situation last year, but you've got to come off of that. That's, I believe, they're taking up a third of our cap right now and just a couple of those defensive guys, and that's not the way to build a winning team. You cannot have that guys that haven't made as many plays and have been liabilities to this team, excluding Nnamdi Madubuike, but like some Marlon Humphrey and Roquan Smith, making almost a third of your cap. You cannot do that.
Yeah.
With this being said, though, I think 35 mil is probably the way to go. I'm thinking of getting him out the way, getting him signed, and then kind of how we talked about it last time. If guys do emerge, you'll have him in his prime years at that rate. And if it doesn't go that way, or maybe if you have guys, rise up and he wants more money, you look to trade him. Hate to, be that guy, but I got to think realistically, think as a businessman. But all in all, I would definitely pay him 35 mil. Back-to-back Pro Bowl receiver, 1,000 yards back-to-back, get in the end zone a lot more, or not a lot more, but a couple more times, and he'll be in different conversations. I know his build isn't the prototypical receiver one like we know of Jamar's and that stature, but 35 mil, I definitely would I sign him to that.
Yeah, and me too. And I said this yesterday on Quiet Storm, Alex, but you made a really, really good point just now. I think that a lot of the money that is right now tied up into the defense needs to be taken out of the defense and reallocated to the offense, in the future here. So a lot of these big contracts, like we just talked about, Roquan Smith, Marlon Humphrey, some of those guys got to come up off some of that money. You got to free up some cap space. So I just think that with that being said, man, it's going to make all the sense in the world to pay Zay Flowers, whether they do it now or after the season. 35 million. I do agree with you. I think that is kind of like the sweet spot. Listen, he's our wide receiver one. You guys know how I feel about, wide receiver one, Zay Flowers, right? Quote unquote. But he's our guy. He's our guy, and Lamar's the guy. More importantly, like they have a connection that really wouldn't behoove anybody to split it up, especially not prematurely. Jabari Cruz Ellis with this $2 super chat donation. Thank you so much, brother. Making it rain here on this episode of the Purple Rain podcast. Says, what's up, PRP? What's going on, Jabari?
Yo.
He says, pay Zay now. And I agree. Might as well get it out of the way. Get it out of the way with plans to free up some cap on the defense. And another thing, Alex, look at what Jesse Minter was able to do with less money put into the defense in LA, right? You should be able to do more. I mean, basically the same thing over here in Baltimore, right? We already have a lot of talent. We've got a lot of young talent as well. So I just think that now is the time, if you're Eric DeCosta, to kind of sink costs and expenses in the defense in order to get the offense where it needs to be.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up doing more with less, because I just pulled up our 2026 cap hit rate. So I'm going to tell you the allocated amount for the offense and the defense. The offense right now, altogether as a cap, is 123.1 million. The defense is at 187.4 million. So, like you said, doing more with less. You take, 50 mil, because I like my offense, I think, to have a little bit more money. Take some money off the defense, obviously, clear some cap up, and maybe some younger guys, i.e. Nate Wiggins, I know we're going to talk about soon. Maybe you have a Teddy Buchanan step up, guys like that, a guy like Malachi Starks as well. And you're able to clear up a little bit of cap and maybe sign a guy like Zay Flowers to extension. Obviously, got to extend Lamar, but that is, I didn't realize that we're pushing 200 mil in cap on a defense that was bottom 5 in most categories last year. Obviously, no Jalen Hawkins, no Trey Hendrickson, no Jesse Minter. But to have that much money in guys, and as bad as we were last year,
yeah, it's unacceptable.
that stings. Yeah, that is unacceptable. It is.
Yeah. And that's why, again, I'm all the more excited for Jesse Minter to come in and kind of right the ship when it comes to this defense, because there's just no way that you have the second most expensive defense, only behind your rival Pittsburgh Steelers, in the National Football League, and that defense is not producing, especially when it comes to things like we talk about a lot here on this channel, Alex, turnover differential and things like that. Don't even get me started on the playoffs. We talk about it. We beat it like a dead horse on this channel, but it's important, and I think that Jesse Minter coming in here, especially with Anthony Weaver, those two guys working in tandem, both of those guys already being very familiar, by the way, with the franchise. People just aren't really. I feel like the rest of the league really isn't prepared, and I don't even say that with my purple glasses on, but we've seen this before. We've seen this kind of formulation of, okay, new coaches, kind of new game plan, new scheme, new life, breathed into this team, right? Happened in 2019, happened in 2023. And it's happening again here now. So I just think that after this season, whatever happens, I think you sink a little bit of that cost, like I said before, in the defense, and you move it over to the offense. But Alex, I want to move on here. Let's talk about
real quick about this cap. Okay. We have 6 players making over 10 million over a 10 million cap hit this year. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. How many do you think are defensive players?
I'd say, what, 5?
Yep. 5.
Okay, cool.
The only one making over 10 million this year is Lamar. So
yeah.
Something's got to change.
Yeah. Something's got to change. You're right about that. It's time for Eric DeCosta to stop just relying solely on Lamar Jackson to, I'd say, carry this offense. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but all right, let's go ahead and move on here. Like you mentioned, Nate Wiggins. Something came out yesterday. He did an interview where he talked about how he hasn't even been fully healthy in his career. Johnny Boy, appreciate the sub. Dolo True Asiatic, appreciate the sub. Mighty Mark, appreciate the sub. Lots of subs in the thing, yeah. It's a bunch.
Thank
It's a
you.
bunch. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right, let's listen to Nate Wiggins though.
Sure, I'm 100%. I just had my surgery.
Yeah.
So I don't even know. Shit, we're gonna see.
You played through the injury the whole season?
Yeah, whole season. Oh,
Dug it out.
first 2 seasons.
First 2 seasons?
Yeah, so really since high school.
People don't even know.
Yeah, they gonna see a big transition this year though. How I move, all that though.
What you thought he's playing at what? What percentage?
Probably like 60, 70.
60?
Yeah, probably ain't. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Every day I wake up, my shit was hurting. So, I mean, I ain't no excuse though.
Yeah,
I've been playing
you
with it.
obviously still did your thing, but the
Yeah.
thing that you played on 60, 70% and nobody even seen the full Nate yet.
Yeah, I don't think I never seen the full Nate. That's why I'm so happy. I don't think I never been 100% since I've been playing football. It's probably said red ball. So.
I think this year I'm 100%.
Yeah, so Alex, I mean, when you hear that, Nate Wiggins basically saying, I haven't been 100% since like high school, pretty much. You know, he's had different injuries he's been dealing with over the past couple of years, but he just got the surgery, so now he's back at 100%. What do you expect from Nasty Nate this year?
EDC has a fetish of drafting injured players. I'm sorry. Like, it just, he can't stop doing it. But interesting to hear nonetheless. I mean, last year we kind of credited his down year to a Zach Gore defense and, given 15 yards of cushion. But I'm just wondering, like, what happened in between year 1 and year 2? Like, what happened in that offseason? Did he not get surgery? Did he hope it would just heal naturally? I'm not too sure. But to hear that now is interesting going into year 3. Like, he hasn't been fully healthy. I think he's been a good player. Not great, obviously, but I'm giving him, grace because of his Zach Gore defense. But I think it's promising as a Ravens fan to hear him say that. I think I was happy with what we got from him so far. So knowing that there's a next level, fingers crossed. Hopefully he finds his hand because he did have a couple of dropped interceptions. I'm not going to forget about that. But for me, there's no reason why I shouldn't be a 5+ interception guy this year. If teams throw his way, I expect him to jump those, more pass breakups. I think just an overall better player. So that's all good things to hear. I didn't even know about this. So 60% he's been playing his first years in the NFL, and he was damn good in 24.
Yeah,
I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, DG says in the chat, I see him getting 6 interceptions at least. He actually said in this interview that he's looking to get 7+ this year. That's what he's aiming for. And you mentioned, whether or not they're going to throw to his side of the field. I was telling Coach yesterday with the data being out there that Nate Wiggins was not as good as Cheeto Awuzie as an outside corner. I think that teams are going to target Nate Wiggins, especially at least early in the season. So he'll get his opportunities, and I think he's going to take full advantage of them, especially if he is at 100%, like you're saying.
I know Nate, like, he wants to be on the ones. I remember in 24, he wanted to be on Jamar Chase that Thursday game. He wants to be on the top guys, which I respect, especially in this division. DK Metcalf, then you have Jamar Chase,
Michael Pittman now.
You have Judy in Cleveland. Obviously, no, it's not the same tier, but he still, I think, had 1,000 yards last year. And they just got the Concepcion from A&M.
Laser.
So, and we know what Nate ran a 4.2 something, or was it 4.3 something?
I think it was like a 4.28. I want to say it was 4.28
so
or 4.26, something like that. Yeah.
So he was
crazy
gonna
stuff, right?
You're gonna need that speed.
A lot of people were calling cap on it. A lot of you were calling cap. There's no way he ran a 4.28 if he was only at 60% health. And I was like, I mean, you never know. I don't know. He does seem like a very, he's a fast dude. But yeah, man. I mean, he also mentioned, like you mentioned. Wait, what happened?
I just seen all the subscribing popping up.
Oh man. Oh yeah. It's not even like popping up on screen. I feel like we're getting like flooded. I feel like it might be like spam or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Bots. Yeah, maybe the mods can block the bots. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But anywho, what was I about to say? Oh yeah, you mentioned that he was excited for the matchup with Jamar Chase. That's another thing that he mentioned in this interview, Alex. He said that Jamar Chase, but also the Cowboys, against the Cowboys, with Pickens and Lamb, like that's going to be one that he has circled in week 4 in Brazil. So can't wait to see who he's matched up on. I don't know if Jesse Minter will have him traveling, with like the team's wide receiver 1. But we'll have to see. We'll just have to see.
If I remember, I think in 24's rookie year, he actually had a forced fumble in CeeDee Lamb. That was like his first play he made in the NFL. So I'm hoping we can get maybe a pick 6 against the Cowboys. I wouldn't hate that in Brazil.
Yeah, wouldn't hate that at all. Would not hate that at all. Um, okay, okay. Let's go ahead and get into these quarterback tiers, Alex, shall we?
Ooh, we
Let's
should.
do it.
We
Let's do
definitely
it.
should.
All right. So we do this once a year, every offseason. We'll pull up the QB tiers list and we'll give our current assessment. And I believe what we do, Alex, is, and correct me if I'm wrong, we give our assessment like going into this season. We don't base it off of necessarily last season, but going into this season, who do we think is going to be, performing, things like that, right?
Correct.
I feel like that makes it more fun. It makes it more fun. So that's how we're going to do it here. And we're going to do it right along with the Rain Gang, who's here in the live chat. If you're part of the replay gang, make sure you follow along as well. Let me know what you think down below in the comments about some of our selections here, because like my guy Alex said at the top of the show, every time we do one of these episodes, it always gets a little bit controversial. So let's go ahead and kick this one off. Alex, as you can see, you got the
Yes.
S tier. The S tier. That's the top one, man. I mean, that's like the higher than high. A level. Then you got B, C, D, and F. Let's go ahead and scroll down here and start off with Kyler Murray. Okay, Kyler Murray. What are your current thoughts on Kyler Murray, and what do you think that he should go on this list to kick us off here?
I have like a set kind of broad basis of kind of where I'm going to rank my quarterbacks. But for Kyler, I'm looking at a guy who got traded. I'm looking at a guy who has underperformed, I think, with the weapons around him, but at the same time has been in some weird situations. I'd say a C, honestly. Going into the year, I think he'll probably be in that B tier at the end of the year with Jettas, Addison, but I've never been sold on Kyler as a quarterback. I don't know what it was. He showed me a lot of flashes, but I always feel like the Cardinals get buried in 425 games and we never watch him play. And I think his mistakes are overshadowed by a Chiefs and Bills game on CBS or um, a Bills game that's crazy back and forth and Josh Allen running and throwing. Like I just don't feel like I see enough of him. I'm gonna go see. He has a talent. I'm hoping the Vikings move works out for him. But I know who I put in B. I just don't think I could put him there.
I could see C for sure. And I think I agree with you. So we're gonna go ahead and put him there. I just think that with him currently battling it out with JJ McCarthy for quarterback one, not really a good look for Kyler Murray's legacy for one. And then you mentioned there's something that like you never really knew about Kyler Murray. It's something that holding you back from really loving him. I think it's just really the size, to be honest with you. He at times you can tell does not want to be there. And it's kind of hard to explain, but like I'm not trying to say like he's like soft or he's weak or anything, but you can tell he doesn't want to get hit. He does not want to get hit. He doesn't take hits as gracefully as a quarterback like a Lamar Jackson, stuff like that. And I just don't know with how limited he is in stature, how effective he's going to be down the stretch of some of these seasons. So I don't know. He's going to be playing in a dome, so maybe that'll fare a little bit better for him as well. But and Jettas, maybe he can get it timing down with him, and they'll be great. But I think C is a fair assessment for him. Moving on,
Yes.
Jacoby Brissett. Where are we putting him? I think he can go in the D category, right? Because like he can stabilize, right, and manage a game, but he's not going to give you any real upside, right?
He put up the stats last year, but they were playing from behind almost every game.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with D. Great career, obviously. I think the best career in the world is being a backup quarterback. You get paid a lot of money to sit on the bench, and when you come in, there's not really high expectations for you. Jacoby Brissett, welcome to D tier.
All right. So Michael Penix is up next, and Michael Penix is currently battling it out in Atlanta with Tua Tagovailoa for battle of the starting left-handed quarterbacks. And this one, reports came out, I think yesterday, that Michael Penix has some catching up to do to Tua Tagovailoa when it comes to accuracy. When what they saw in minicamp, Tua is like a little bit ahead of Penix. So going into this next season, I don't think that the Falcons will start Penix just because they know that Tua Tagovailoa is more of a proven commodity in this league. I think they're going to give him the nod, give him the benefit of the doubt, and let him start. So therefore, I'm going to put Michael Penix in the D category. As a matter of fact, no, I'm going to put him in the F category.
F.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I gotta put him in the F category only because he's a guy who is not gonna get an opportunity right away. And if you're not gonna get an opportunity right away and you're also unproven, I gotta put you in F until further notice. It's like until further notice, kind of like
Ooh.
F is for until further notice. Is that fair?
I was thinking D, but you know what? I mean, third year, first round quarterback had his chances to start. I can see
Let's,
it. I
let's see
think
what the
there's
chat
levels
is
to the
saying.
F tier. There's definitely levels to the F tier, but like it's F on the brink of a D. So I'm cool with an
Yeah.
F. I'm definitely cool with F.
Okay. God's favorite says it's fair. That's fair. Okay, so we'll go F. We'll go F on this one. Next one would be Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins. Um, man, he's still kicking. Wait, where is he starting at again?
He's with it. Who's he
He's with isn't he with Vegas or no?
He is with Vegas. He is with
That's right. Yeah. Oh man.
F. I mean, he's an S tier scammer for money, but
Yeah, for
right
sure.
now I'd put F. I mean, backup. He's gonna be battling out with Mendoza. He'll probably start, which I don't know if that kind of bumps up to a D because I don't think Mendoza will start day one. I think they'll kind of
No,
be
you
slow
don't
with
think
him.
so?
Something about Tom Brady being there makes me feel like he's gonna let him like kind of just not get thrown into the fire first.
Nah, I don't know about
You
that
think they're gonna
one,
start him
bro.
day one?
Yeah, I think they're grooming him right now to like. I mean, because number one overall pick, you don't bring in a guy number one overall just for him not to start. Like, when's the last time we saw a number one overall quarterback drafted that didn't start day one?
Lawrence.
It was Trevor Lawrence.
They started Gardner over him. Yeah, that
Did
was
they
Urban Meyer
really?
though. Yeah, that was Urban Meyer's weird
That was
self.
a
And
little
then Burrow
weird.
didn't start week one with the Bengals. I think somebody else started.
I don't know. I think that again with Brady there, and then again it's Vegas too. Like it's just something
That is
about
true.
it. Like I think that they're gonna start the guy, and he seems to be. He's not like the type of quarterback Fernando Mendoza, who is like very like green and immature. He gives you like that CEO feel, like I'm ready to start day one type of feel, and kind of mentality and maturity of a quarterback. So, but anyways, with Kirk Cousins here. I think it's safe to put him in the F category because, like we mentioned, I don't think he's gonna start. And even if he does start, you're battling it out with a rook. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And also he provides little to no upside. So F. We're not pulling any punches here, Alex. Let's move on. So we got our guy, Lamar Jackson. I think it's just safe to assume we can throw him up in the S tier, right? It is no discussions to be had. He's one of the best quarterbacks of all time. We expect him under the tutelage of Jesse Minter and Declan Doyle and all those guys to really have a bounce back year, potentially win MVP, another All Pro, which, by the way, Alex, this year, we need to start a campaign. We need to start a narrative that All Pros matter much more than MVPs. Okay, because MVPs are narrative driven. They are narrative driven, but All
Yeah.
Pros are more subjective. They're more, well, not subjective. They're more objective. You know what I mean? So that's what I think.
The
That's just me.
the whole of the NFL honors is flawed. Like we've talked about, defensive player of the year is whoever has the most sacks. It feels like, or I know Pat Surtain won it, which I'm happy for. Some of it's the offensive player of the year is just whoever is the best non-quarterback. You know what I mean? Like they have got to be a little bit more consistent with their votes, but yeah, definitely the All Pros matter more. Lamar S tier, easy decision, one of the next, and he'll win on his third MVP.
Yeah.
I'm certain, and a Super Bowl.
Yeah, for sure. Moving down, moving down here. So we got Josh Allen up next, and I think it's safe to say we can throw Josh Allen up in that S tier as well. No hate
Correct.
here. No hate
No.
here. Josh Allen, he's an animal. Okay, he's an animal, and I fully expect him behind a great offensive line, assuming, and a good run game skill. Still with James Cook. I expect him to cook.
I
We'll
want
just
to
got-
be.
go ahead.
Yeah. I want to be the most unbiased I can. A fantastic quarterback.
Yeah.
If he was the quarterback of my team, I'd feel very safe with him. Sky's the limit. You have a new receiver in DJ Moore. Drafting wise, a new coach with Joe Brady, who he trusts. So S tier for sure. Just kind of showing that I don't hate the guy. Though, contrary to popular belief, Ravens and Bills fans can hype up each other's quarterback. We just don't pin them against. More love, no hate. Until we
Yeah.
play each other, but
Agreed. All right, so moving on here, Joe Burrow. Okay, so here's with Joe. I'm gonna put him in the S tier still because the only thing that was really holding Joe Burrow back was his defense for the past couple of seasons. I know we talk about how he's missed the playoffs. The Bengals have missed the playoffs the past 3-4 years. Joe Burrow's defense has been absolutely terrible, putrid, and he's been making the best out of what he's got. And of course, suddenly he's got Jamar Chase and T Higgins. I get that. But like when your defense is constantly giving up 30 to 40 points and you're still hanging in some of these games, a lot of these games, and just barely coming up short, I mean, I think that eventually all it takes is a couple of tweaks, which they made this offseason on the defense, to where I think you're going to see Joe Burrow looking a lot more effective just by way of his defense being average or just maybe just a little bit above average. So I'm putting him S tier.
This is weird. How many quarterbacks can be in the S tier?
I don't think there's a limit.
There's not a limit because for me, it's like he's the highest A possible or the lowest S. My thing is health as well. He's missed games in the past couple of years, it feels like, at times. Defense as well. I mean, we saw, Lamar had his defense absolutely selling games and points, but also, that's the game. For me, like, he's definitely top 5. So I'm fine with the S tier as long as he's, like, the last of the S tier. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Or if he's the highest of the A. But he's a damn good quarterback.
And see, my thing is this. Like, when you talk about, like, these S tier quarterbacks, like, I look at them all as like they all have like a specialty to them. Lamar Jackson is the dynamic mobile running quarterback. Josh Allen is more of the, he's the how do you say, like, he's like a modern day evolved version of Big Ben Roethlisberger, right? Like he can throw the ball anywhere on the field. He can extend the play whenever he needs to. He's that kind of guy, and he's just huge, right? Built like a fridge. And then you got Joe Burrow, who is probably the closest thing to Tom Brady that we've had since Tom Brady. If I'm being honest, like in terms of just like skill, in terms of just like being like processing, throwing, like spinning it, throwing the football, being on time with your receiver. Like, I'm sorry, maybe other people don't see it. It doesn't look like you see it, Alex. You're looking like this is a bad take, but Joe Burrow, he's one of the best quarterbacks in this league.
He is. Tom Brady ain't getting shut out by the 2025 Ravens defense. Tom Brady is not hanging a goose egg on them. If Tom Brady had Jamar T and them boys, I mean, I know he had Gronk. He had Randy Moss out of his prime, but he was throwing to dudes like Amendola, Hogan. I don't know if I can put him there together. He's like I say, he's a very, very good quarterback. I can't say he's like Tom Brady. Because when he was 40 and had weapons, he won a Super Bowl. 41 it is when he finally got Godwin, Evans, AB.
Yeah, but he also had a dominant defense for his whole career. Burrow's never had that. His coaching has been lackluster at best, and like I said before, his defenses have not been good. I'm telling you, this is why I think. Okay, Alex, look, this is why I think that the Cincinnati Bengals are not to be trifled with this season. I think that they are a 10-win team easily. I think that the Ravens more than likely will probably split with them. They're going to be dangerous, bro. And we're going to see. I think this is the year that Joe Burrow gets back to being the Joe Burrow that we all, because like you mentioned, health is wealth. And that's why I kind of would concede to having him high tier A, because yes, you have to be available. I do understand that. But like when he is available and his defense is playing well, which we haven't seen, the Bengals are going to be really, really dangerous. They're going to remind a lot of people, man. So I feel like I think people in the chat are saying A though. People in the chat are saying A. They're leaning towards you. So we'll go A for Joe Burrow.
I'm being subjective. I mean, we saw the Ravens put a lot of money into our defense, sign Jair Alexander, sign players we thought were going to make us good. And if the scheme's not right, it's not going to work out. So I mean, if the scheme is right for them, I do think they'll make the playoffs, 100%. Not trying to crap on them, but he's just getting a lot of grace for stuff that he's done years ago. It's kind of what I'm saying.
As Modia says, is bro chicken shit or chicken salad with the $2 super chat donation?
It depends the week, honestly, sometimes with him. It really does. It depends the week. So some weeks he'll be putting up 40, 50, and the next week he's in the backfield. TJ Watt's sacked him a couple of times. He's throwing picks. I remember Minkah Fitzpatrick when he was with the Steelers. Like, he has these games like on and off where it's not there. And we saw it last year. Like, he got shut out by the Ravens. By us.
Yeah, I mean, in some of those divisional games, though, I think you got to kind of take those with a grain of salt, because like this is like you're talking about two teams who are super familiar with each other. Ravens had their backs up against the wall, I think, at that time, and they really just, I think that was more of like a frustration ass whooping. Like, hey, look, we're familiar with you guys. You guys are our little brothers. We own y'all. We're gonna own y'all today, and that's what happened. But by and large, though, the Cincinnati Bengals give the Ravens a run for their money, even with that putrid defense that they have. I mean, we saw it on Thanksgiving. We lost to them, so it's like I just think they're going to be good, and I think that Joe Burrow is chicken salad, as Modi is, by the way. Appreciate you again for the donation. Let's move on, Alex. So we also have another Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco. Where do we list him?
A D tier. Right now.
I agree.
Backup, higher end. I mean, he can come in. He can give you some stats.
Yeah.
Not sure, how many games he'll win you, but he can keep you in games. You just got to keep him upright and healthy, and have a line around him. And when he is upright and healthy, he'll sling that damn ball. And he put us some pretty damn good stats last year with the Bengals. So, yeah, I'm cool with the D tier for him.
Same. Shedeur Sanders, where are we putting him? I mean, Shedeur, they're saying he's looking good in minicamp. He's looking like he's making some progress. So I think we still put him D.
Highest of the D's. I mean,
yeah,
backup, but higher end.
High end D. Okay. I think we can switch him. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, high end D tier player for Shedeur Sanders. And I think the chat would probably agree with that too. Oh, it's kind of split here. JD says D. God's favorite says D. KBZ says C. Most are saying D though, and I agree. I think I agree.
Yeah.
Black Daniels, what up? I see you in the chat. Shout out to all of our members in the house tonight. We appreciate y'all for coming through. Let's move on though. Let's move on. Dylan Gabriel. Gotta be an F for me, brother. Gotta be an F. Cause like, listen, nobody's even talking about Dylan Gabriel as potentially being a starter on the Browns. So it's an F for me.
Yeah. It sucks that he got drafted, I think, before Shedeur, because he may have had a chance to be the backup, but Shedeur came in and what happened. But I think I'm Dylan Gabriel. Maybe a trade's on the cards. You can go somewhere else and try to compete for a backup spot there, but you're not getting above quarterback 3 with the Browns, and you're gonna stay in the F tier. Sorry, I had to beat you.
Yeah.
Once again, backup quarterback, best job in the world. You do your job, you'll make money. Cooper Rush.
You're right about that. All right. Let's go Bryce Young. Where does Bryce Young belong? This is an interesting one. So Bryce Young last year made the playoffs. I believe they won that division. That's why they made the playoffs. And he threw for 3,000 yards, 23 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions with an 87.8 passer rating in 2025. So, I mean, going into 2026, do you project that he's going to be maybe B tier? Or I think I'd put him at C tier right now.
I put him at C. Can definitely go up to a B. He has Leggett, Tet, Jalen Coker just signed an extension, Jatavian Sanders.
They did win that division at 8 and 9. Is crazy.
Yeah, so I think C is fair. I mean, 8 and 9 is like a C record, but it can definitely go up. So I'm 100% cool with a C.
Would you put him above Kyler?
I don't think I would.
Okay.
No.
All right. So moving on here. Another interesting one. Caleb Williams. Where do we put Caleb Williams? I'm putting him at an A. Personally.
Oh.
I'm going to put him at an A because I'm projecting towards where I think he's going to go. I think that, another evolution of him in this Ben Johnson offense, you are going to see him be unlocked to another. Didn't they get another? They got another weapon over this offseason. I'm pretty sure. I can't quite remember who it was. As it's escaping me right now. It might have been in the draft.
They have Loveland. Let me see their depth chart. Luther Burden, Rome, Khalif Raymond, Colston Loveland, Cole Kmet, Common Unguy, DeAndre Swift. I mean, their O-line, Joe Tooney, Garrett Bradbury, Jonah Jackson. I mean, that's better.
Yeah.
They signed Jedrick Wills as well as a backup. Whew.
Yeah. The line's looking good. Again, man, I'm going to put Caleb Williams at an A. I think it's about to be a huge year for him, especially I think they're going to win that division. I think they're going to shock a lot of people. They might be the favorites, not the favorites, but
I'm like highest B or low A. It's honestly either or I'm fine with.
Yeah, I
That
think a
was
low A. I think a low A
okay.
is fair for Caleb Williams.
And they're asking
Uh,
if this current or projection.
yeah, projection. We're projecting here. Like, say by the end of next season, where do we think these guys are going to be? Think about it like that. Like, what are we going to think about these guys? I think that Caleb Williams, by the end of next season, you're going to think of him as an A-level quarterback. And yeah. Dak Prescott, where does he go?
This is interesting. Oh man, Dak's interesting. Dak's very because I'll be honest, A, like low A. If projecting, I with Pickens, with CD, but at the same time, I don't know the Cowboys, and he could very well be playing at a high C level,
Yeah, I'm going to put him at the B spot.
which I think is fair.
Yeah, because like on any given season, Dak Prescott can just like pop out and be an MVP candidate, right? Like, oh, maybe he's not like the favorite, but he's like maybe the third or fourth best odds to win, like maybe 11, 12 weeks into the season just because of what he's doing on offense. But there's just always these times where everything seems to be set for Dak Prescott, right? Like he's got the defense, he's got the run game, he's got the coaching. Everything seems to be set. The roster is great. And he just kind of comes up short. You know, we've seen it in the regular season at stints. We've seen it in the playoffs at stints at times. And it's just for that reason, when we're talking about like upside, I think I would have to put him at the B spot here. I'm going to put him at a B. Yeah.
So
What do you think?
4,500 yards, 30 touchdowns, 10 picks. The line's looking good. Javonte Williams, running back. CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Jake Ferguson. You talk about defense, like how the Bengals have a good defense or improved. I'm liking the Cowboys defense. I can't believe I'm saying this, but
I do
Quentin
too.
Williams, Kenny Clark, Rashawn Gary, Demarion Overshawn's coming back from the ACL. Ezaraku, I like. Kobe Durant, I know they signed. And then you have Deron Bland, Malik Hooker, and then you get Caleb Downs.
But I just think that this is going to be a year where the Cowboys ultimately fall short because there's just so many great teams in the NFC. I think they just fall short yet again. And the Cowboys and the Cowboys fans and Jerry Jones alike, they leave next season thinking, okay, is Dak really going to be the guy that we can get it done with, right? And I think that they go, okay, we've got Arch Manning coming up this draft, Dante Moore coming up this draft. We've got this quarterback, that quarterback. Brendan Sorsby is a hot name. We got all these quarterbacks, all these names. Maybe we package up some picks and we go get a fresh young name and we move Dak out, right? And maybe we're just ready to move on. I just think that the Cowboys, they're only going to lose but so much. And to be honest with you, some people might say the same exact thing with the Ravens, you know, because Lamar and the Ravens are going into year 9 together. Still no championship. But I think that, you know, for Dak, especially being on America's team, I think the pressure is always mounted just a little bit more, regardless of what expectations truly are, you know. So in narrative stuff aside, I do put Dak at the B category. So I think we'll put him there.
And you
Bo
think about
Nix.
like Pickens and CeeDee Lamb real quick. That's 2 ones.
Yeah.
Like, if we're just gonna call it real. So I hope you're winning playoff games with those guys. But yeah, Bo Nix.
Yeah. Bo Nix. And by the way, we got our guy Engraven in the chat. What's going on, Engraven? Team Keep It Clean is in here. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you for coming through. Says, dang, Dak only been in the league 2 years longer than Lamar. They're getting up there. It's crazy. It is. Time is flying, brother. Time is absolutely moving. Okay. Let's go ahead and get let me see. Bo Nix. Where do we put him?
I'm going B tier. He showed me a lot last year. You added Jalen Waddle as well. Troy Franklin, Cortland Sutton.
A game away from the Super Bowl. Eliminated Josh Allen. And listen, man. Josh Allen, he's up there in the S tier. That's for sure. But I need people not to forget how Josh Allen lost the football 5 times in that playoff game against the Denver Broncos and lost that playoff game in a playoff bracket that did not include Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, or Patrick Mahomes. But I still hear on national media Alex, people talk about the 2023 AFC Championship game where Lamar Jackson had those 2 turnovers in the first half. Or no, he had a couple turnovers in the game, right?
Yep.
And it's just nobody's talking about this Josh Allen thing, and Josh Allen is still just anointed as this quarterback who can do no wrong. It's kind of crazy. Again, I still put him S tier. I don't hate on Josh Allen. Like we mentioned, he's a phenomenal quarterback. But it's just funny how the narratives go sometimes. It's just funny how they go sometimes. I'm just saying.
I think the haters have watched that 2023 AFC Championship game at least 5-10 times. They know it better than we do. They know what play it was, what coverage the Chiefs were running, who picked it off. But I don't. This guy was running, and Casper knocked the ball out of his hands. I know you remember that right before halftime.
Yeah, I saw that. Definitely remember. All right, let's get through some more of these. We still got quite a few quarterbacks to get through here, so let's do a couple rapid fire here. Jared Goff. Where are we putting Jared Goff?
Jared Goofball.
Jared Goff. I'm putting him as a B, low tier B for me.
Yep.
I think that's fair.
I can 100% agree.
Jordan Love. I'm also putting him in the B category. I am.
Agreed.
I think that he has the potential to get to that A category because here's the thing. I think Chicago Bears versus Green Bay Packers matchups this year are going to be absolute cinema. You have to watch those. I hope they're in prime time. I'm sure they are. But those are going to be some of the best games that you see this year because I think Jordan Love is really good. Not quite what Caleb Williams is, but Jordan Love, he's like high tier B for me. I'd put him probably behind the likes of Bo Nix. Yeah.
And the coaches hate each other too, which I liked. I think it adds so much more into the rivalry with the Bears and Packers.
Yeah.
LaFleur doesn't like Johnson and vice versa. So
I forgot about that beef. Yeah.
Yeah. So along with, I think Watson got the extension. I'm interested to see how the Packers do and Jordan Love. If he has another good year, you know what? I can maybe see why he had the jersey sale so high. But we'll revisit that at the end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah. Malik Willis.
I'm going D.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Zach Ward got him paid.
He did. He did.
Good on him though. I'm gonna get your money
for sure. CJ Stroud. I think I would put CJ Stroud low tier B.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones. We called him to be a fraud last year. Remember?
I gotta take off the hate goggles. At the point he was balling, but it was like Jonathan Taylor needed to see a chiropractor from carrying the offense on his back because he set up the pass game. That's what good running backs do.
I put him in C.
Low tier C. Low tier.
Yeah, agree. Anthony Richardson, F. Gotta go F, man.
You have to.
Not gonna start this year. Trevor Lawrence, an interesting one here. I think I'd put him high tier C, like right next to Bryce Young.
Really?
I would.
I was thinking low B.
I just think his defense helped him out a lot last year, and I needed to see a little bit more from Trevor Lawrence. You said you were thinking low tier B? Is that what you said?
Low B, yeah, like behind a Bo Nix, like.
We'll let the chat decide this one. Do we put Trevor Lawrence in the B or C tier?
C plus.
Put it to a vote.
B, better than Bryce. B, C minus. Lawrence equals Stroud, says Void.
Lawrence C. C. A lot of people saying C, man. KBZ says B. Mike says B. It's split. It's actually very split on this one. Wow. Ah, man.
If CJ's in B, you have to put Sunshine there too.
I think we put him B minus. Okay, we'll put him in B. All right. The last couple kind of tipped the scales there. We'll put him in B. Low tier B, just behind CJ Stroud. Is that fair?
I'm fine with that. Perfectly.
Okay. Pat Mahomes, S tier.
Yeah, it's really no.
Easily, man. And I get it. The regression past couple of years and things like that. And, we're talking about projections towards next year, so don't count a Super Bowl sudden. I get that as well. But I do think that there is something to be said about this Chiefs team kind of picking up the pieces from last year after finally getting slapped in the face and facing reality that they're not God's favorite NFL team. You know what I mean? And like I feel like they're going to be playing with more of a chip on their shoulder. They've kind of rebuilt the offensive line a little bit, added some weapons on that offense, and also Mansour Lane, a really good cornerback to replace Trent McDuffie. So all in all, I think that the Chiefs will be better, and Patrick Mahomes will be a big reason for that. So I'll still keep him in S tier.
Yeah, perfectly fine with that. They'll get Tyreek
yeah.
back.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
Justin Herbert, J Herbo. Where are we putting him, Alex?
I really want to say A. I really do. But it's a high B for me.
Yeah.
Great quarterback, don't get me wrong, but I need to see some playoff wins.
For sure.
Playoff wins to the table.
For sure. I'd put him about right here, right behind Jordan Love and right ahead of Jared Goff. Is that fair to say?
I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine.
All right, cool. Matthew Stafford. Where are we putting Matty Stafford? MVP last season.
Yeah.
Do you put him in S tier? I mean, listen, man. I mean, because we're talking about if we're projecting, I think that, him, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, getting Myles Garrett, he's probably going to have more short fields, more opportunities. I think I would put Matt Stafford in the S tier right now. I would.
I'd agree. I have no complaints with that. Like you said, getting Garrett, defense is still good. We've talked about their offense. Yeah, I'm fine with Stafford up there. Good on him. Good for him.
Yeah. And our guy Engraven agrees. I'm putting Stafford in the S tier for sure. For sure. Great minds think alike. All right. So we got Geno Smith. Smith. Where are we going with Geno?
Your Jets starting quarterback, by the way. Starter.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
I think low end D, right? Or like mid tier.
It's low end D, but he's very close to that F. Very close.
Yeah. I definitely put him below Malik Willis. Malik Willis is showing more upside and potential. So I'll definitely keep him below him. Tua Tagovailoa, where does he go?
I think I'd rather have Joe Flacco start than Tua Tagovailoa. If I'm being dead ass honest, I said from the jump, the Falcons should have signed Joe Flacco because I think he'd be better for them than Tua. I put him behind Joe. I really would.
Yeah, I think I could agree with that. JJ McCarthy, fake demon.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I mean, I'll probably put him.
I'm thinking D. Tier.
Low in D tier. I'm putting him below Geno Smith. I am.
Ooh.
I am.
So you fooled by that win. That
No.
one win.
No. Drake May.
Caleb's an A. Drake May had a great season last year.
Yes.
Year. And like you brought up, got AJ Brown.
Yep.
I'm seeing Dak and B. I'm like, where are you thinking? I'm definitely thinking B, high end B.
I'm thinking high end B, but like I would put him below Bo Nix and Dak Prescott.
Okay.
I would. Only because I feel like Bo Nix is a little bit more dynamic of a playmaker. He can play a little bit better out of structure. I think Drake May has a beautiful deep ball, but we also have to consider that they have one of the hardest strength of schedules this year. And last year they had one of the easiest ones. So if I'm talking like strictly projections here, I still want him in the high end B category because I think he has high upside, but I'd put him behind Bo Nix. You know how I feel about Bo Nix and Dak Prescott, who I think is going to have another great year.
I'm thinking about the Drake May's legs as well because he can roll out.
He can run. Yeah, he
can
run. That's true. I just think Bo Nix is like, again, he was a game away. And he was a big reason for them being a game away. You know what I mean? Like, I just... And Drake May, he kind of shrunk in the playoffs. I don't know.
If you add in... I think adding Waddle to Sutton, Troy Franklin, and those guys... Then you have A.J. Brown, DeMario Douglas. Is Kayshon Boutte even going to be there? Hunter Henry. And then you also have this... I mean, Sean Payton's there, which I trust him. And then the whole Mike Vrabel stuff. I'm still a little worried about that. I'm not going to sit here and act like that's not in the back of my head. A little bit of drama in New England. So
Yeah.
I can see this. I can definitely see this. I'm cool with this right now.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's do some more. We got Tyler Shuck. Tyler Shuck. So he's a guy who, came on strong at the end of last season, and New Orleans Saints fans are feeling pretty good about him. I don't really know what they're gonna get out of, Tyler Shuck and Chris Olave this season. I'd probably have him in like the low end C category. What do you think?
I'm thinking low C or even high D, but I'm cool with the low C. Jordan Tyson as well. They have Etienne at running back along with Kamara, Juwan Johnson.
Yeah.
I'm cool. I'm cool with low C and Tyler Shuck. I am.
Okay. All right. Jackson Dart.
He's either above Shador or below Shuck. Wherever you want to put him, whether the challenge side, C or D. He's a starting quarterback. He's showed his flashes. I worry about his health. Is Malik Neighbors going to be healthy week 1? I don't know. I really don't. So either low C or high D.
I'm putting Jackson Dart as a low C. Low C. Yeah, I think that him and Tyler Shuck, I low key want to put him higher than Tyler Shuck, but I'll keep him below just because, again, the health concerns do scare me a little bit, like you mentioned. So we'll keep him at low C. Jameis Winston, what are we thinking about him in the Big 26?
I'm gonna go D.
D.
Back up.
I agree.
Yeah.
We can rapid fire that one. Russell Wilson's no longer in the league.
Retired.
Justin Fields, high end F, maybe. F is for Fields.
High enough or low D. Yeah, back up for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
He lost his job with New York.
Exactly. Definitely not going to play this year. So unless it calls for it because of getting hurt, or whatever. Jalen Hurts.
Oh, here we go. See, I'm seeing some guys now. I'm like, all right, there's gonna be some debates. Mr. Hurts, can you do like the step into my office thing? Because I feel like this is a good one. Step into my office, Mr. Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, step into my office.
We got rid of the so-called cancer. Got you a new offensive coordinator. Got you a new receiver. We're just asking you nicely, throw in between the numbers. Can we do it? Got Saquon behind you. Got her back for another year. I'm looking. The guy he won a damn Super Bowl. I'm trying to respect that. I like Mekhi Lemon a lot. I've heard kind of the stuff coming out of training camp. He was missing passes. It wasn't looking good at training camp. I'm going to be honest with you. From everything I heard, he's either low A or high B. I think he's a fine quarterback. I do.
I think that he is a low A for me. A low A. And a lot of people are going to like really be pissed at that take. But I just think that the coaching hasn't been what it needs to be for a quarterback like Jalen Hurts. I feel like Jalen Hurts, this may sound crazy. I don't feel like Jalen Hurts really respects Nick Sirianni, to be honest with you. I feel like Jalen Hurts just kind of does his own thing in that locker room, and that's why A.J. Brown really wanted to get the hell out of there. But Jalen Hurts, we've seen in the biggest of games be a damn good quarterback. So I think that going into this year, I mean, with Mekhi Lemon and Devonta Smith, who I do expect to take a step forward this season, you still got Saquon back there, right? And that defense is still and the offensive line is great. I think that he's going to be good. So I'd put him low tier A.
I'm fine with that. And I think Nick Sirianni is a grown-ass frat boy. I do. I think he's a guy who has not faced consequences yet. I think he's very cocky. He's obviously won it all. But I can agree to your point about the whole Sirianni stuff. I see it. I'm going to be interested in seeing that this year, how they work together. So, yeah, I'm cool with that. And we have to get through a couple more.
Yeah, just a couple more here. So, Aaron Rodgers, I'm going to go high-end C for Aaron Rodgers. High-end C.
Yes.
Sam Darnold.
I'm putting him above Goff. Won a Super Bowl. Showed me a lot. Definitely putting him above there.
I think that's fair. Yeah. I think that's fair. No, I got to put him above Herbert, too, though. I got to put him above
Okay,
Herbert.
that's fine. Yeah. I wouldn't hate him above Love, but I think if he has another good year this year, we're approaching low A conversations because that's now 3 very good
Right.
years in a row.
Brock Purdy.
Putting him at B.
I think you could probably put Brock Purdy about right there.
Above Darnold? Ooh.
I put him above. I mean, if I was starting a franchise today, I'd go Brock Purdy over Darnold. I would.
Super Bowl. Okay.
Yeah.
They were hurt last year. I mean, he has Mike Evans now. CMC always helps. Kittle. Okay. I'll allow it. I'm cool with that.
And you know what I'm noticing here? There's a lot of people in the B tier category because I truly do believe that there are a lot of like B tier quarterbacks that aren't like, you know, faces of the league, but also aren't like, you know, I guess you could say just visually and statistically the most skilled, but they're just guys who are just kind of like stalwarts. Like they're just there, like they're franchise quarterbacks. This B tier quarterback, this B tier is basically franchise quarterbacks, right? They're here to stay. Those kind of guys. So, and everybody underneath that is kind of like question marks. So,
That's true.
a few more here. We've got Mac Jones. I think it's fair to put him at F. Not going to start. Don't know if is he even on a team. Can't remember.
I put Mac Jones above Geno. I put him above Willis. He played some damn good games with the Niners last year when Purdy was hurt.
You'd put him
Mac
up,
Jones.
but is he going to
pretty
play though? But he's not going to play though. Again, if we're projecting, I think you could put him high, high F.
Okay.
Because he's just not going to play. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Baker Mayfield.
Put him above Stroud, below Goff, right there.
Above Stroud and below Goff.
I think the potential is he could be a higher MB. I just don't know how he'll be without Mike Evans, who I know was hurt at times. The Bucs are a question mark for me. The whole NFC South is a question mark. Who's the best team? We right now could have a whole episode and make a case for each team why they're the best in the NFC South. There's no standalone favorite.
You're right. I think that's fair to put him in there. Again, another face of the franchise kind of quarterback. Cam Ward.
Oh.
I think you put Cam Ward probably maybe right around Jackson Dart. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
think that's fair. That's fair. Jaden Daniels.
Oh, definitely a B. But I don't know. He showed me A tier rookie, then he got hurt. And that's very unfair to him.
I think it's fair to put him right behind Stroud and right above Lawrence.
Okay.
I think that's fair for him. He's just got to show us another season that he is that guy.
Yep.
Mariota, I don't know if he's not even relevant.
Back up. Yeah.
So. Mendoza, all the rest of these guys are just kind of like unknowns, right? So I don't know. Alex, do you want to put him just like those guys in the?
I'm putting Mendoza C tier.
C tier? Okay.
Yep. Definitely C tier.
Interesting.
And then Ty.
He's not playing, so I'd have to put him in F tier. But again, it's not fair. It's not fair because again, he's not supposed to be starting. So this is going to be our final QB tier list. And again, our main takeaway here is that there's a bunch of people in the B tier category, but that's because those are who your face of the franchise type of quarterbacks are. They may not be like the top of the league, best of the best, but they will be there. They will be your starters for a long time to come. So take a screenshot of this. Maybe we'll revisit this after the season to see if this kind of holds true. I'd be interested to see if it did, but this was a lot of fun. Alex. But listen, we do have to go ahead and wrap up this episode of the show. Unfortunately, I know it's kind of abrupt, but drop down below in the comment section, Replay Gang, what you think about this QB tier list. I see somebody in the live chat saying having Caleb Williams in the A tier is crazy. Well, let me know why you think so down below in the comments, because I don't think it's that crazy at all. I don't. But listen, guys, this has been another episode of the Purple Rain podcast. We appreciate you guys for coming through. Again, please come through tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be doing a stream with Coach. That's going to take place at 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to have a lot of fun, so make sure you come through to that. We're going to be looking at some film. Jesse Mentor's defense, Declan Doyle offense. It's going to be a lot of fun, so make sure you come through and visit. But all right, with that being said, we'll catch you guys later. Alex, you can go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for coming through to this lovely episode 418 of the Purple Rain podcast. Go USA at 10 o'clock tonight Eastern time. We love you.
Yes.
We appreciate you. And as always, stay positive and test negative.
Yes. And never, ever, ever forget, even on the rainiest of days, to call God in May Purple Rain.